I feel like we're about to see the scariest thing out of the Houston Texans, and I'm not saying this because they came over to Dallas and beat very banged up, bad Dallas Cowboys team. But the reason I'm saying it is because this is a building block, a stepping stone in the right direction. There is such a thing where you don't want to get hot, you don't want to peak too early on in the season. You want to hit that at a perfect time, and I feel like right now is that time for the Houston Texans. Over the next few weeks, they're going to play, I believe, the Titans, I believe the Jaguars, Miami, and then they'll go over and play Kansas City, right? So they've got a huge couple of weeks coming up here. Gotta win those, but this was a statement win to, start their winning streak, to get into the win column and find a little bit of momentum heading into the tail half of the season. Now, I want to give a lot of credit to Derek Barnett. Early on in the game, the Cowboys hit a 64-yard field goal. He had a weird foul call where he hit the guy's face, whatever, but he never gave up. Came back in and continued to make plays. On this one, we're going to see a one-on-one to the outside with number 60. You're going to see him lower his center of gravity, use his speed, and, just his ability to scream around that edge, right, while being held a little bit. Gets his strong arm on the quarterback's arm, deflects it, right, forces a fumble, suddenly goes right into the arms of number 60, and here he is, right? He gets right back up. He gets right back up after initially forcing that fumble. He never gives up. So I want to give a ton of credit to big Derek Barnett on this play. The dude was a monster in this game, had a lot of good time plays, and this was a big one, right? Forcing the fumble, getting right up, and here comes Jalen Petrie. Realize it. Absolute heat-seeking missile, and here comes Derek Barnett, scoops it up, and the big man's going to end up scoring this touchdown, right? I love the way this team is being coached right now. I feel like they want to win, they want to play as a team, and you're starting to see that be executed pretty much every single play. Absolutely love it. So with that being said, we're going to break down some of my favorite plays from this game by the Houston Texans. Now, if you guys want a full breakdown with the all 22 coaches film, hit that like button. If we get over 500 likes on this video, expect a part 2 to come out tomorrow. With that being said, let's dive into the video. All right, here's another big time play, but this time on the offensive side of the ball with CJ Stroud. So the first thing we notice is we have this tight, up front linebacker trio. These three guys are going to be our read. So we're going to have this post over the middle of the field by Nico Collins, who actually breaks wide open. But watch what CJ Stroud does initially. He's going to open up and look to this side of the field, right? Now, what that does is move these linebackers and these safeties over in that direction, because a lot of times quarterbacks will tell you where they want to go with the football. However, if it's a really good quarterback, he won't. He will manipulate a defense and he'll get you in the opposite direction of where he wants to go with the football. Now, secondly, now we notice this linebacker over here is actually man-to-man with our flat running back over here in Joe Mixon. So watch Nico Collins. The middle of the field is going to break wide open. Great manipulation of the defense. And there goes Nico down the middle of the field for a massive gain. I believe, to the 10-yard line. Again, that initial look to the right side moves these guys over in that direction. Open up those hips to that side. I mean, great job by CJ Stroud. And man, Nico, if it wasn't for a legal man downfield, would have had an opening play touchdown this game. That was sick, by the way. But man, great play there by CJ, great play there by Nico. I'm glad they're starting to get healthy. All right, here's a pretty insane play by the defense. So we're going to get, a little bit of like a dig over the middle of the field. It is 3rd and 8, so they're just trying to get some first down yardage here. Watch what we do here as the Houston Texans. So we're going to come up, we're going to get a safety to bite down. Right, and we're going to just make contact right here. Now, this is a really smart play because when you see the contact, it's right at this yard line right here. Now, a lot of people are saying, oh, this should be a foul, this should be illegal contact. Well, that is exactly 5 yards down the field, so maybe if it was just a little bit more down the field, would have been called. But this is a really good play here by the DB. It's going to stunt him off his route, allow Derek Stingley to read the quarterback's eyes here, and we got to get the football out because look at Danielle Hunter. Look at our guys screaming off the edge, screaming up the middle. Whenever you can get pressure on a quarterback like this, especially one like Cooper Rush, they're going to force the ball out maybe just a split second too early, right? Maybe they're going to have a bad decision. And just like that, Derek Stingley gets what probably is his easiest interception of his lifetime, because one, we're getting insane pass rush. The pocket is completely broken down. I mean, it is scary back there if you're a quarterback. So he just says, I'm going to throw it. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to release it. And man, I'll tell you what, this Houston Texans team is so good at generating pressure to a quarterback, and we all know, right, what can happen when you generate pressure? A bad pass, a bad decision, interception, a forced fumble on the sack, or even just a sack, right? On this play, you get a bad throw, you get a bad decision, and you get an interception. Great job here by the defense. Derek Stingley in this game probably could have had 3 to 4 interceptions. I mean, one of them he dropped. There was a couple of other ones, man, he could have had, which is unbelievable. Now, before we get any further into the video, I have a couple more plays that I want to break down. Actually, as I'm doing this video, they just got a touchdown to Joe Mixon, which is 3rd of the game. Unbelievable. Hopefully you guys had him in fantasy. But do me a favor, hit the like button so we can get the part 2 out tomorrow. But more importantly, subscribe to the channel if you're new. It is free. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe. And we will be covering the Texans throughout the entirety of the season, which means offensive, defensive, individual player breakdown for every single game throughout the season. We got you guys covered. And with that being said, let's kind of dive right back into some more plays. All right, you want to see a wild play? This one right here, Tim Settle. I mean, the depth that this team has is unbelievable in terms of pass rushers. Watch him throw number 70 to the side. I mean, man, this is just pure man strength right here. So what we're going to get is a 5-man scat protection from the offensive line. So what that means is the center to the left is all going to slide, right? They're going to slide to this left side, and then you're going to have man-to-man here, man-to-man here, and then you have a running back in the backfield as well. So what do we want to see? We just want to see us, pick up the edge. And it looks like they're going to send him outside, leaving Tim Settle on that one-on-one. And if you're able to beat your man, you got a free lane to the quarterback. So throws him up. Look how far this offensive lineman goes, right? He goes about 3 yards, 2 yards in front of the line of scrimmage. Unbelievable play by Tim Settle. Pure man strength. And then the ability to get over there. Boom! Imagine getting hit like that by Tim Settle. I would be done. I would be done. Put me in a wheelchair, man. I mean, unbelievable job by Tim Settle. And you think about it, right? They pretty much double team everybody but Tim Settle. Yeah, don't disrespect my boy Tim Settle, or he's going to do this to you, man. Big time play by the big man. I mean, this game was pretty much over at this point, but love it. Absolutely love it. Let's go. And then here's the hat trick by Joe Mixon, the absolute dog, right? Just get some pulling guards, pull back, easy touchdown. Guys, this team is really, really good. Now, I get it, right? It's against the Dallas Cowboys. I know a lot of you guys are going to come in here like, bro, they beat the Dallas Cowboys. And I get it, right? But this video is not because they beat the Dallas Cowboys. It's more so because you need to peak at a good time in the NFL. You can't peak weeks 1 through 8. You got to peaks through the end of the season, right? And the fact that they went through a stretch where they went 1-3, lost to, I believe, the Jets, the Lions, and the Packers, I believe, were their 3 losses in a row. I feel like it is not great, but it's a good sign that right now they can go on a major stretch, right? If you beat Dallas, if you beat Tennessee and Jacksonville like you should, and then you go over and play Miami, that's a winnable game. And then KC and Baltimore. If you win those games, man, you are buzzing going into the playoffs. I believe they play Tennessee at the end too. But man, I'm telling you right now, if this is the start of a stretch for Houston, the NFL should be terrified. And again, I know we still got a lot of season left. But I'm telling you, the scariest part of the Houston Texans we could see coming soon. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, join the family, turn on post notifications, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video if the video gets enough likes. Peace.